Yeah. Well, I have a few friends here, and this is my first time here, so.
So it's nice to play games together.
Yeah. That's basically it, and spend time together. Well, if you look at that stand over there, it's for. They stand for the legalization of the copyright stuff. If you download stuff from the internet.
I think our issue is one that might make so-called geeks more interested in politics, actually, because they are very familiar with the copyright issues, partly because they are used to having direct access to culture and information on the internet, so they have the perspective that is in direct conflict with that of the copyright legislation today. So people are familiar with that part of the thing, but also because they start to be they're getting more and more frightened by the recent legislations and so on against file sharing, and they start to notice that these same legislations are actually great threats to democracy and civil rights. So it's a way of actually getting people that usually wouldn't be very interested in politics, very not fanatic, but they might have very strong opinions about politics. So we also have an audience that many of the other parties won't reach. Well, fan subs, obviously. Fan-translated anime series and movies that are leaked to file-sharing networks. Most of the material in Japan, the produced anime, will never reach the Western markets because they're never translated, mostly because the producers assume they don't have a market here. So fans take them and they translate them into English mostly. Though Spanish is also very popular, and distribute them here. So I think that's the primary reason to the increasing popularity of anime and especially manga as well in the West. We actually might gather a lot of anime and manga fans, and we have done so already. Last weekend we were at AnimeCon in Tampere campaigning, and we had a lot of discussions with different people, and we also had a small lecture about the copyright issues and let's say Japanese culture as a hobby, and we had a lot of people were very interested in our movement, and we also got a lot of new members. Actually, during the 2 days we got more members than we've had during these 3 days until now there. So we were welcomed with open arms. Many of us who were campaigning over there hadn't been to AnimeCon before, so they weren't that familiar with the cosplay and so on culture. But next year, or at least this autumn, we're attending DesuCon. I think many of us will be wearing some sort of cosplay costumes at least. Perhaps pirate hats and eye patches and so on. At the moment, I think the member count is about 500, and we've reached that member count during only 2 weeks of actually campaigning for new members. That's closing up to a seventh of the Green Party's membership count. So we're growing pretty fast, and I think we'll have at least a number of thousand members within a few months, or at least I hope we do.